Hi everybody, it's Jill Churchill from Teta Quilting Studio and a proud member of the Long Arm Network. My first video showed you how to put the shank on and put the foot on and off, but I did forget one important feature, which is an awesome feature of these new feet, is to be able to change your height of your foot without having to open up the front and do it with your needle bar. So again, when my first video I said you snug it all the way up here and tighten it down, but really what I meant to say is that when you want your foot to be on here, you actually want it about a dime or a nickel's height. So how we attain that is when our foot is loose, and again we're going to center it with our needle. So I'm going to hand crank my needle down to the center of the hole. And now I can adjust. As you can see, I have a little more space here. And I can adjust that up and down. And again, you want to have it about a dime's height. So you would stick a dime under here to make sure. But I have a piece of fabric here, so I'm just making sure that it's snug up against my fabric. And then I'm going to tighten my foot. And then that'll allow me to have the right, and if you hold it, you can get it started and get it snugged, and then you can tighten it down. But that'll allow me to have the right height on my foot. So again, one of the great features of these feet are the easy on and off, because you can change feet real easy with them, and then the ability to change the height of the foot while you're popping them on and off, and you don't have to worry about changing your bar back here or the height of your bar here. Now I will say you don't want it too snug down against your fabric, because again you don't want any pressure on this. These are clear plastic feet, and you don't want to put any undue stress on them that may cause them to break. Okay, so I have it all tightened up here. All right, I have my yarn is here, and what I'm going to do is take my yarn up here, and I'm just going to make it real loose. So I'll just unwind a little bit of this yarn here. And again, you don't want any stress on your yarn. A little light on here. I am going to take and bring my bobbin thread up. So I'm going to needle down and needle up. I'm going to pull my bobbin thread up. I'm actually going to tack my threads down just to get them tacked. Just a couple stitches. It doesn't take much. And then I'm going to take the end of my yarn with my needle up and put it between here, the thread, the back of the thread, and the needle, and I'm just going to pull forward a little bit. And as you can see here, I've got the thread now is making a loop. So when I put my needle down and put my needle up, I can pull away, and it'll pop my yarn right down through my foot. Now the important thing to know about the size of the feet and the size of the holes is you want to get one of your feet that has your thread coming through tightly, but not too tight. So again, you don't want any stress on them. You want to make sure that they can flow through them freely. But if you have too big of a hole in your, when your foot has too big of a hole for the size of your yarn, then you won't be stitching on your yarn, and you'll find places that it will not adhere, it will not sew through it. So, are you ready? I use these nice stitcher grippers because I like the feel of those, and here we go. And again, I'm not putting any stress on my yarn, and I'm just letting it flow. I'm going to move my hand and reposition, and don't be afraid to reposition as often as you feel you need to. And here we go. Make a little flower here. The possibilities with this are really endless. These are so cool to do in an experiment with. And I hope you get your feet soon and you enjoy it. Thank you everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.